Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure and this is A Train 9 version 3. Our goods train is just arriving into one of our two kind of town areas. I ought to name these, really. I'll find out a way of naming them. I think the easiest way to do it will be to name the stations. What do you think? Yeah, and as with Train Fever, I think there's the opportunity for you to get involved if you would like to be immortalised as one of the stations in this playthrough, which I am optimistic will go the distance. I'm going to be very conservative in my spending and make sure that we can pay our taxes on time. There is no tax avoidance scheme available in this game, sadly. Post a comment, let me know. Right, what are we up to? So last time around we got our passenger route up and running, and we watched as our two bits of city. As mentioned, the game treats the entire map as one city. Eat your heart out, SimCity. We watched our city grow quite nicely, and we're looking at where are we? This one, please. We're looking at how we're doing for the year overall. Let's just up the speed a little. Railroad services, we're still coming up short, but I think that's largely because the goods train doesn't quite break even, and the passenger train only just breaks even, if that makes sense. We haven't bought anything new there yet, but we surely will. But as you can see, the profits we're making from everywhere else, so if you add our materials, factories and warehouses together, you're looking at about 1.6 million. Added to our power plant profit of another 1.7, that's 2.3 million. So the railroad costs are being offset really quite nicely by the operation of goods shipments anyway. So I'm perfectly comfortable with that. Subsidiary is what's dragging us down for the year. We bought our headquarters, which, while it is profitable, if we let's go have a look at it. I'm pretty sure I remember where I left it. It's right here. So yeah, I mean our office has made us 65 grand, 63 grand for the year, and the only reason it's showing a loss is because we had to buy it this year. That's one of the buildings that we can never ever sell. So this is it's just going to remain a factor for a long time. I'm a little concerned about the lack of these resources being used. I think I might move into placing another depot in both town areas. There's a couple of good reasons for doing this. So the depot has like a blast radius around the outside of it, and I'm sure there must be a button where you can see what that radius is, but I'm blown if I can find it. So there's good reason to add other depots. So firstly, it allows you to store up more materials, which means that some of the bigger constructions can happen by the AI, so they can take place all on themselves. But secondly, it allows you to expand your catchment area. So if, for example, let's find an example I like the looks of here. Let's go here, just for the sake of it. So let's say I put a goods depot in here, which is probably out of range of the station. But let's say, for example, that it isn't. It would mean that the blast radius would actually catch this whole area around the outside here, which would allow for further city growth. Now, that's not going to help me out particularly when it comes to getting passengers for my trains, but it will be useful further down the line when we start to think about, well, maybe we should add tram or bus routes to what we're doing. Actually, while I think about it, I just want to... Seeing the other city just there makes me go, well, maybe we should add some road that goes out that way. Let's go as far as that. Fix. I didn't even look how much that was. That's foolish. You can't ignore the price of roads and the like in this game, because if you do, you will regret it. Regretting it as far as overspending money is one of my special features. What are we looking at? 15 million for that. Well, if I don't bulldoze this house now, I'll have to do it later and it'll cost me way more, so I'm going to do it. I know it's not not a sensible move at all. But it does mean that our two cities are now linked not by rail alone, but also by road, which is kind of fun. Let's just put some extra road out here, just in case anybody decides they fancy this as a nice place to live. And it is a nice place to live. Can you connect to there? It'd be good if you could. Fields. I dislike fields. I don't dislike them because they're bad for the game or anything like that. No, I dislike them because they get in the way. And the AI quite happily just puts them down wherever it feels like. It's sensible. It's sensible if you slow it down. Slow it down. What I'd quite like. Okay, wrong button. Wow. And people ask me, how is it that you managed to, blow so much cash with nothing to show for it? Well, I click before I think. It's kind of my special move. Let's go a little further, so that can connect back up. What I'd like is for you and you to become close friends. Maybe if I remove that one as well. I know, I'm a menace. Burning through all of the money, right? And then you, come on. How can you not want to connect to that? It's got your name written all over it. Let's just remove the end piece and that piece, and then see if, just like that. Are you going to play ball? Are you? Let's try the scroll out and see what happens approach. You are not going to play ball. It's because you're coming in at some baffling mountain-hugging angle. However, we could leave that as a... I don't want to, though. Oh, how annoying. Oh, well, I've left myself not really any better off. Let's just put that there, and the game can worry about it. Yes, that's a good answer. Right, onwards. Okay, so what are we doing today? I think what we're going to do, let's just monitor our passenger train. Where are we? What time are we? Okay, we're coming up on 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. Typical. Every time I want to watch the train, it's always the weekend. Let's blast through Sunday. Right, here we go. Coming up on 7:30 in the morning, 506. And then coming back the other way, 515. That's not bad numbers. I mean, the capacity of the train is 991. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's decent bucks made there. And even on the one where it was only carrying 200 people, it still made like 300 quid profit. So, that's really quite helpful. This 991's the big hitter, 35k. Tremendous. Okay, so yeah, we're going to add a second passenger train, so that they run back and forth. That is our first objective. So can I? That was a bit optimistic. There we go. Yeah, right like that. Just like that, and carve it straight down the middle. So, in order to do that, I'm going to basically just build a kind of a... Let's fix there. Come on, you want to come this way? Oh, you really do? You only want to go around the outside? Well, that sucks. How interesting. What if I were to turn it around? Would you be more compliant if I did that? No more compliant. Okay. In which case, let's try merging onto there. Alright, we're going to have to back up a little. Always look at the price. See, I just built that without looking at how much it was costing me. There we go. So that should be enough space, and it's kind of mid-distance, so it should be enough for them to go past each other without blocking. So let's go get ourselves another train. go. We'll make it exactly the same size. We don't need anything bigger than that just yet. And then, where are we? Saturday. Of course we are. In fact, let's wait until we get to Monday morning and place it. There we go. Tension. Because what we don't want is we don't want the train, both trains at the same end. There we go. Right, and pause. No, could you be going the other way? Any chance? Any chance you could face the opposite direction? So mine, you know, it's... No, you really desperately want to go that way, don't you? Okay, well, we'll just have to wait for him to come back then. Now, right about there, timetable assistant on, off we trot. Okay, here we go. So, action departure time of 7:30 in the morning. If I get this wrong, it's going to create a bit of a mess. But I'm not going to get it wrong. I'm going to get it right. Last departure is at 11 PM. You are a reverse. Passengers getting off. Yes, absolutely. Weekdays only. Comes back the other way. Right. And just like if you're... Whoa, how did you get there so fast? Oh, that's a real pain. I want you to take the branch, please. Yep, thanks for that. Yeah, that's incredibly helpful. Close the timetable assistant. Let's take him off the tracks for a move. Okay, it's waiting for 7:30 AM. So maybe the best thing to do would be wait for night time again. Pause. There you go. Right, have I got it on the right track? Right, we don't want it on the goods track, we want it on this one. And, oh, I see. It's trying to go in one direction because of the side of the track I've got it on. Timetable assistant, thank you very much. That departure time 7:30. Right, I think the problem before was that it was down to where I placed it. Otherwise, it might be that that little kind of bypass track is doing nothing for me. Weekdays, continuous, stay put. Wait for 7:30. Please wait for 7:30. Thank you. Okay, which do we want you to take? We want you to take the branch. Now, hopefully, is that the other train there? Perfect. Phew. Okay, 7:30, 30 hours, 11 o'clock. Direction reverse. Weekdays only. Continuous. Thank you. And I want you to take the branch. There we go, that's got it. Excellent. Right, so we're now running in both directions. Let's have a look. So that's 1,200 passengers there. Only 13 coming back in this direction. That's not brilliant. Still, there is a suitable gap in between the trains leaving. So each time a train leaves, there's a good length gap because it takes a couple of hours to go point to point. And then they've got a half-hour wait once they get there. So we shouldn't see a drop-off, or a radical drop-off in the passenger numbers. At least that's my hope. Yeah, no, those numbers are good. And the cities are still growing, so... oh, hold on, what's going on here? What are you doing? How dare you place there? You absolute swine. Oh, that's nothing short of annoying. What are you going to cost me to remove? 5 million quid. Brilliant. Thanks for that, you absolute star. God damn it. Oh well. Oh well. It happens, I guess. Right, I think what this city is struggling from is a lack of space to build on. Although, no, it really shouldn't be. It's got a full load here and plenty of things can still expand. Is that these things making a racket? Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Oh well. We'll just have to, we'll have to put up with that. Right, so the question I have for myself is, do I go extra depot? I think we do. I think we're going to put another depot in both cities. It's expensive. Make no doubt about it. I mean, yeah, it says it's only 4 million quid. Right, we want to place somewhere inside this green circle without demolishing everything. See, that would be a good place. Can I have it floating in the sea? Floating depot? No. Where else we got? Ah, there we go. This is my kind of behaviour. There we go. Right, that's one. Now the train will always pick up from and drop off at the closest depot to its drop off point. So if this depot's full, that's the only time it will start dropping off there as well. Yeah, makes sense. So if this empties out, it will refill that before it touches this one. But the overspill should allow for a bit more expansion. How's this one doing? Yes, that one's full as well. So we want to find somewhere. I think we identified this as somewhere the AI couldn't quite get to grips with. So let's put it in here. There we go. And with a bit of luck, these two depots that I just placed, I mean, they're not cheap to run. So it's going to eat into my kind of depot profit. But the buildings that are kind of in between the two now have the option to build much more expensive upgrades. So we might start to see something properly swanky turning up. And that'll be interesting new materials depot. Oh well, upgrades are happening. And obviously this one's the overflow. Really? I would have thought it might be closer. Never mind, that's the overflow. See how we're doing down the other end. Ah, okay, cool. Well, regardless, we are now in a position where resources are being used aplenty. So let's give it until let's say the end of September at this kind of speed, and see what our numbers are looking like. I did suggest that maybe we were likely to place another power plant down this time, and we were close to our max power usage last time around. But see, look at that! Look how pretty is that? Fabulous. This is out of nowhere. I mean, we started in January 2010. It's now August 2011, and just gargantuan housing complexes have turned up. I love it. Where are we? August. What did I say we'll get to? September. All right. Stop mucking about admiring the view and get on with it. If that's what you're going to do. Let's rattle through. Balance is generally going up, but I have to be careful. I've got to start making serious profits to offset the property costs that we're going to be incurring as a result of owning stuff. You might think you don't need to be careful. You've got look, there's a little plane. Yeah, you might think that actually being careful is not totally necessary when you've got 350 million in the bank, but that's exactly the kind of thinking that got me into hot water last time around. Right, where are we? Okay, so we're overusing power at the moment. That's fine. More power will help fuel more growth. Okay, what have we got going on? Warehouses doesn't really count. I built 2 of them. 4 million profit from power plants. Nice. 2 million from materials. So that's 6 in. Trains, we had to pay for the new train. So that... does that come out of facilities? Interesting. I imagine so. We won't know until the end of the year exactly what position we're in. I think I'm going to bang down a power plant now. Have we got the resources in this town? Yes, we do. And I think we will work on this being a kind of a unified power area. Just rattle it through a little bit. Okay, smashing. I think that'll wrap it up for this time. I've been Colonel Failure, as well you know. Please do join in next time where we'll make more progress. And frankly, if I like the looks of my my financial balances, I think we might expand out and start a 3rd city. Exactly where that's going to be, I suspect it's going to be out the end of there, because that's the easy one. But you'll have to tune in to find out. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It means the world to me. And I'll catch you next time. Slow down for an exit shot. There we go. Little train coming into the station. Cheerio!